Yo, what is up, CliqPod family? It is May 1st. Is it Tuesday night? Hell yeah, it is. And what are we here for? That SmackDown live review. So, SmackDown got big shoes to fill after last night. Could they live up to expectations? What do you think? This and more, right after the intro. What is up, CliqPod Nation? Damn, it feels good. Thank you once again for joining me on another Tuesday night, as we do every Tuesday, for yours and mine's Tuesday night SmackDown Live Review, presented by the CliqPod. Thank you to the family, and thank you to any new viewers we have out there. Real quick, give you a little brief look over the CliqPod. I'm JG, my partner Mean Dean. He does the old school pay-per-view reviews and some roundtables and some live and a lot of things behind the scene. With that being said, we're just a family podcast coming to you talking about wrestling, because what do we all love? Wrestling. We don't hide it from you. We don't play games, tell you how we truly feel. We have all kinds of content. So if you enjoyed this video, just keep watching after this. But if you could for me real quick, take a second, like this video, subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into the show. So tonight, our show kicks off with GM Paige backstage explaining that Shane's not going to be there for the evening. With this being said, she begins to lecture AJ and Shinsuke for Friday at the greatest Royal Rumble. If you didn't see it, Shinsuke hit AJ with another low blow. Paige brought that up. As well as AJ continued, they both got double counted out, but AJ continued to beat Shinsuke down after this. She wasn't happy about that. With all being said, and the way that things turned out on Friday night, we end up with our WWE Championship match against Shinsuke versus AJ being a no disqualification. Can I just tell you guys now, I am so freaking excited about this, man. This is going to be on fire. Don't expect a lot of the action outside or inside of the ring. I expect a lot to be outside. I expect a lot of high spots. Could this be the match we have all been truly waiting for? Oh my God, this shit could tear the house down, guys. I'm so freaking excited, man. And we are only days away. So the announcement of the no DQ was music to my ears. So I'm really excited about this. And I don't expect to see a lot of weapons being used. I just see a lot of it being taking place outside of the ring, man. And if you watch the greatest Royal Rumble and how that ended with AJ just going crazy outside, expect a lot more of that, man. I mean, we are in for a treat. This is something I think that WWE will not mess up. This is gonna tear the house down. Holy cow, man. All right. Let me get the little giddy schoolgirl out of me. Whew, back to our review, man. So, after this, we continue on with Miz TV. Miz starts out by banning Daniel Bryan from any further appearances on Miz TV due to him no-showing last week. I don't blame Miz for one bit. Man, this is a show. You either be prompt to or you don't come at all, man. So, don't blame the Miz at all for doing this. Tonight's guest on Miz TV, the United States Champion himself, Mr. Jeff Hardy. Jeff comes out. Him and The Miz are doing a little back and forth talking. With all being said, there's actually a surprise guest. Randy Orton makes an appearance. You expect there to be some kind of tension or some kind of feud between Randy and Jeff when Randy gets down there. But there isn't. Randy actually states that he can't blame Jeff for anything. He's done the same thing. And him and Jeff are actually, dare I say it, cool. What? Did Randy just say him and Jeff are cool? With that being said, The Miz couldn't stand anymore. Neither could Shelton Benjamin. We got Shelton Benjamin making his way from the back, talking about no. Randy shouldn't be in this position, because if you missed last week, Shelton actually got the upset on Randy, so he thinks he should be in this position. This leads to a breakdown between all four, ends up to an impromptu match set up by our GM Paige. during the commercial break, which is Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy versus Miz and Shelton Benjamin. Before I start even talking about the match, I'm watching the match, and I'm actually thinking during the match, I'm like, isn't it kind of strange how heel tag teams, superstar heel, or random heel tag teams, just when two stars are thrown together, two WWE superstars are thrown together, they always seem to work so well. But it's the babyface team that seems to have issues. And I understand, and I know about the story, we tell everything like that, but sometimes I'd like to see that reversed. So, I mean, watching that, that's what I was thinking during the part of it. But then I'm also finding myself thinking, damn, the Miz and Shelton are working great together. And they really did. They had quick, fluent tags, setting each other up, having each other in the right position. Honestly, I think Shelton lit a little bit of a fire in the Miz tonight. Miz was looking really sharp, especially going into the match on Sunday for the IC belt against Seth Rollins. That was a perfect performance from him other than the way it ended. With that being said, match starts out with, as we expect, Randy getting the upper hand. He tags in Jeff. Jeff gets him a little some. He's on a little bit of a fire roll, but then he makes a bad choice, climbs up the ropes. Shelton runs up the ropes like we seen Seth Rollins do last night. But instead of the superplex, he hits him with a gorgeous knee. Then, while distracting the ref, the Miz comes over, pushes Hardy out. This is when Miz and Shelton get the upper hand. I mean, they run it. They're running this for a good portion. Jeff's just taking his beating man, trying to find everything to get the tag. Unfortunately, he can't. Of course, a little later in the match, we get the hot tag over to Mr. Randy Orton himself. Randy comes in, goes on fire, does what he does. Let's not kid ourselves. There's a reason he's one of the greats. First ballot Hall of Famer. Shit, first year Hall of Famer. First year he's eligible, he's in. But then we get the RKO set up for the Swanton. I love this. I think the RKO is the perfect setup for the Swanton. Very similar to the setup from the Twist of Fate. So I like this. Jeff and Randy get the 1, 2, 3. The portion of this that I did not enjoy was the ending. Randy Orton surprise attacks Jeff Hardy, hits him with the RKO. Instantly, it reminded me of last night. It reminded me of Finn attacking Seth after their little impromptu fight with the Miz Taraj. So I didn't like seeing that on back-to-back nights, especially so early in the shows, because, I mean, it was just instant. As soon as I seen it, I just reflected back to last night. So enjoyed the match for the most part. Didn't enjoy the final ending to the segment. So hoping they would stay away from that. Unfortunately, they didn't. I think it would have been a lot cooler. So I was having an idea while I was watching. What if you would have had them win, celebrate, go off later in the show? You kick to Jeff's just walking by and Randy's just standing there and then out of nowhere, literally Randy hits a RKO. I think that would have been more entertaining, and you wouldn't have felt like you were watching last night all over again for this little portion. After this, we get a segment with the Iconics and Renee in the back. First off, I love the Iconics. These women are beautiful. Got no booty to save their lives, but they are absolutely gorgeous. But it's not really that for me, man. It is that mic work. I love their spiel. I love what they're doing. I think it's really creative. I just love the way they tease people. I really enjoy it. And what do they do once again in the back? They tease Renee. Peyton Royce does a little Renee impression, which I thought was actually very, very good. It was Renee and Renee. Like Billy Kay said, I couldn't tell the difference. But with that being said, man, they run off Renee, introduce Carmella. Carmella drops a pretty decent promo. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. But it was pretty decent. This is setting up our main event for the evening, which is our 6-women tag match. Now, we come back from commercial break, and this part was kind of crazy. So when I was watching the Greatest Royal Rumble, I was noticing there was a lot of scarring on Daniel. I was like, damn, that's pretty intense. Well, come to find out, Daniel can't wrestle tonight due to they're worried about a chest infection. I don't know how real that is, but his chest looked pretty tore up. I figure if you, with the risks of being in that dirty ring and things like that, there's definitely a lot of things you can get. With all being said, so it just lets us know off the bat that Daniel's not even at the show tonight. And then we cut to a segment backstage with the Bar walking by with their official SmackDown contracts. And the New Day actually calls them out. They're like, wait, weren't you guys the ones who were supposed to win the titles and go back to Raw? And then the Bar's like, no. We always wanted to be on SmackDown. That's it. And then this next part did have me chuckling like a silly bat. So they want to give the Bar a gift and welcome him to SmackDown. So they call out Mr. Bootiesworth. Mr. Bootiesworth comes out holding his tray full of flapjacks. Cesaro and Sheamus take him, look at him, throw him. Sheamus says, no, we want a real welcome present to SmackDown. We got an idea for you. How about a match against you guys? And then Big E is so intense, so hyped. He's like, oh, you're wrong, Sheamus. Sheamus like, I didn't mean you. And slowly glances over to Xavier, which is what I expected. So now this sets us up for Sheamus and Xavier later in the evening. I actually like this. And then we got something I didn't like, but I do want to see what the storyline builds up to. We get the return of Lana. We haven't seen Lana in a little while. It's nice to see her back, wearing that Happy Rusev Day shirt and looking amazing. But with that being said, she is trying to come in between one of the greatest bromances ever. She has the audacity to tell Rusev that he's on such a roll, and he's like, I know. It is... Who else has a holiday every day of the year? Only Rusev. Happy Rusev Day once again to all of you out there. But with that being said, she says, with all of the role he's been on, there's something holding him back. Aiden comes back to grab something. She looks at him with that look of like, it's Aiden. And Rusev has a hesitant moment where he doubts. And this frustrated me, because I love this bromance. I don't think Happy Rusev Day is as huge as it is without freaking Aiden English. So hopefully these three can come together and work as a cohesive unit. I do not want to see the end of these two together. Please do not show me the end of these two together. I would rather see Aiden with him than Lana. Women out there, say what you want. Fellas, say what you want. But them two together are phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. And if you're going to tell me they're not, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But you better go ahead and leave that comment down below. So let's have a little discussion. Have a discussion with JG on anything you want to comment on. And trust me, I will always be happy to respond. With that being said, man, we get Big CASS. What a disappointment. This guy, man, he's got the look. He's definitely got the look. I mean, he's no Drew McIntyre. Let's be honest. He's no Drew. But he's definitely got that look. With that being said, man, he is just blah. You can tell they are doing everything to push and push and push this man on us. But it's falling so flat every time. So he comes out, gives a little spiel, how he's from New York, and the conceptions and stereotypes that people have about New Yorkers, and that they're correct because they are that way. I didn't enjoy it. It just felt totally flat, man. And then we get the reintroduction of another midget wrestler where he introduces midget Daniel Bryan. I didn't enjoy this. I mean, at least when we get other midgets, they come out and do something awesome. For this one, nah, it was garbage, man. It was garbage. I don't even want to talk. I am trying everything to find more positives in the shows that we watch. But this is one thing that I don't care how positive I try to look at this. This was nonsense. Didn't need to be in the show. I'm sorry, even if you're a big CASS fan, this didn't need to be in the show. This is a perfect example of a dude who looks the part but has no charisma to save his life, man. The charisma on the team with him, and the reason he seemed like he had charisma is because of Enzo. Enzo had the charisma. Big CASS has none. He just said minor words to play off Enzo, and the crowd was already reacting to Enzo's heightness. So hopefully they have something different going forward for him. I am not looking forward to him versus Daniel Bryan at all at Backlash. I actually think this is going to be a waste of time. But with that being said, we will definitely cover that in the prediction show on Thursday. Right now, I don't want to call any of the matches until Thursday. I want time to go through tomorrow, look at the lineup, and see how I envision this. But damn, you know Daniel's going to get the win. But the big cat, well, I don't know. Maybe it ends by disqualification. You know, Daniel getting the win, but Kaz beating the shit out of him. I guess we'll see, man. It's just one of them things you gotta wait to see. But damn, man, what are you doing with CASS? This dude is just failing. You need to get him. He needs to go back to the tag team division. I'm sorry, when you guys started the push, I thought it was too early. I think it's still too early. Like, I would rather listen to Baron Corbin talk on the mic than this man. Now, as if you listen to the Monday Night Raw reviews, I think Baron Corbin's been improving a lot on the mic. With that being said, I still think your man Big Cass is a million times lower than this guy, man. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be serious about this. Come on, talk. Come closer. Come closer. Come a little closer. Talk to me for a second. ClickPod family. Anybody out there? Big Cass lovers. You guys feeling this? Is this what you want to see from your guy right now? Do you really think he's getting places? Am I wrong for thinking Enzo was the pure charisma? He was the brains, Enzo's the bronze. Am I wrong? Is it like not a pinky in the brain situation? You rap at me. Let me know what you think, because you already know how I think right now. And don't forget, man, I thought Big Cass looked awesome coming back last week until he talked. So that seems to be our typical problem with Big Cass. He's great until he talks. Get me? Got me? Good. Then we get a little backstage segment, man, with Becky. And she's talking. At first, I think she's rambling to herself. Cuts back. You can see Asuka. Cuts back again. Charlotte starts talking. The only thing I really took out of this whole segment is Asuka saying, hey, man, forget about the loss last week. Yo, let's go hit him 3 times as hard. So 3 times the losses. So I enjoyed this, man. Oh, well, stop. I did not enjoy this. I just enjoyed seeing Asuka try to pump him up. As far as the other two, man, Becky's got charisma. It's just, I don't know, man. Something's falling short about her for me. But I did gain a lot more with, man, like something I didn't notice about her before. And when I'm sitting there thinking about it tonight, I'll get it back to it when we get further down in the show. So, let me know. Wait, did we go off page here? I think we skipped a whole portion. Like one of the best portions. So, how do you feel about your and mine WWE champion, Mr. AJ Styles? We had an interview tonight with Mr. AJ Styles in the ring with Miss Renee. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is Renee adding instigation and feel to this fire? I mean, there's already enough between the two themselves. Why is she going in on this? It's like, sometimes I just wish they didn't have her in this spot. Maybe nothing. Maybe just have AJ come out there and rant. But with that being said, I did think she asked some good questions tonight. She actually asked AJ if he thinks he'll retain. Do you really doubt AJ to believe in himself? Not even for a second, man. And then AJ starts joking some cracks on Knock. And while I'm watching this, man, I'm actually thinking back to TNA days. And I'm like, damn, man, AJ's promo work has came so far from when I was watching him as that short-haired young buck over in TNA to where he is now. I mean, it's damn near the difference between night and day. And it's not like he was horrible. I mean, he was a little under average for me in my personal promo droppings. But you guys got to understand what promo people I love. Like Randy Orton. One of the best promos ever, man. Is one of the best wrestlers to drop a promo. And I think the most underrated is Mr. Perfect. Everything was perfect. And the gum spit, amazing. Like, why does nobody try to find a niche anymore for their promos? It feels like just something little to add it out of the norm and make it more muy caliente. But Renee actually brings up to AJ how Knock wants a public apology. AJ basically calls Shinsuke a coward. Then we get the Destroyer. AJ's going to call out Knock, but instead of being able to finish, guess who comes out? Samoa Joe. I was extremely hyped, man, because my boy looked at my little JG, mini JG, my little twin, looked over at the TV, and he was just like, Joe, I was like, oh my God, like, this is fire, man. Like, I need to get him a Joe's Gonna Kill You shirt. He's only 2, but he's going to be rocking the freshest WWE gear. But a Joe's Gonna Kill You shirt would be amazing, dude. But, yo, little JG knows about Joe. Once again, JJ Samoa comes out there. He tells AJ, hey, you worried about the wrong match. You should be worried about my match and me getting my hand raised after I beat Roman Reigns. Calls Roman Reigns a coward for making excuses. That Brock Lesnar was the first one out of the cage. And the referee's decision is final. So stop whining about it. He's about to get destroyed. And after that, he's coming for the winner and knocking AJ. So I don't care who wins. Both you guys better watch the hell out, man. Whew. This boy's on a rampage missing. He is looking... Every time this guy misses time, he comes back 10 times better. What can this guy not do? I need to see the strap on him soon, if not very, very soon. God, Samoa's doing some amazing shit. During this whole interaction, you get Shinsuke's music hits. Joe turns around like he's waiting for Shinsuke to come out. All of a sudden, we cut back to the ring. AJ's already in. I just got low blowed pose. And Shinsuke's sitting there just posing with the boom right to the nizzles. I love this portion, man. You could just see Knock sitting there relishing in AJ's pain, man. Just like, ooh, I'm so happy. Ooh, I'm so happy. Like, ugh, I'm so happy. And then he fakes like he's going to do the Kinshasa to the back of his head. Stumbles by him, which is kind of funny looking, man. And then knocks him with the Kinshasa. Grabs AJ, starts saying something to him, obviously we can't hear, and just mocking him. These guys have me super excited. I was excited before when it was just out of respect. But now that you have this knock heel turn, I told you guys I was going to wait to see what it was like. Now that we see it, I'm enjoying it. I don't enjoy that it's always a damn low blow. I like some other shit, some maybe like other tactics, or maybe use a weapon on his nuts one time or something. That would be crazy as shit. But with that being said, man, I'm excited for Sunday. I'm excited for Backlash. I'm happy it was a quick... I'm happy the segment was the way it was tonight. Also puts me in danger because we've seen Shinsuke holding the belt up. But I don't want to get into that here. We'll save that for the prediction show on Thursday. Man, maybe... I don't know. Maybe I got some ideas for this weekend with the show coming up. With that being said, man, we get to Sheamus, accompanied by Cesaro, with Xavier Woods, accompanied by Big E and Kofi. My favorite part of this match was real simple, man. Xavier walks by, he's walking by Cesaro, and Cesaro opens his jacket up. He has pancakes hanging down with dollar signs, or with like the cost of each one. Like he's slanging pancakes. I was dying. Oh, this shit was so good, man. And then the match itself was good. It was entertaining, I guess. Nothing more than I expected on a SmackDown. Nothing less. I mean, especially on a go-home show. But the shocking part was to see Xavier win. I thought Xavier was going to get the L. He actually wins. Gets the cradle with his legs locked into Sheamus's other legs. So he cannot kick out. Gets the 1, 2, 3. Damn, it was good to finally see Xavier lose. It's tough seeing New Day matches and having Xavier in there for me. Because if Xavier is in, I usually think they're going to lose. He's going to take the pin. It was nice to see him get the pin tonight over somebody when he was in the other underdog role. Let's be honest. Did you guys out there believe he was going to win? I didn't, man, and I really like Xavier a lot. But let's just be honest. I thought it was just another time where he was going to get ran up. Well, not ran over because he still puts in great work. But he was going to get destroyed. But instead, we get the upset. Xavier... Shit, my hat's off to you, brother. Up, up, down, down. Let's go. Now, we get a quick segment in a segment that was much needed. As we all know, Absolution moved from Monday Night Raw over to SmackDown, where Paige is currently the GM. We get a little reunion between the three tonight. With this being said, Absolution thinks, obviously that's their girl. She's going to put them up. And one of them should be getting the, women's title shot. Just which one? She points at Liv. But then Liv's like, oh, so I get the title shot. And, wait, sorry. Oh, Sonya Deville. Oh, Mandy Rose. Sorry. Not Liv. Sorry, Liv. And Mandy. She points to Mandy Rose. Mandy's excited. Thinks she's going to get a title shot. Unfortunately for her, it's not a title shot. It's just another match next week. Then she also states Absolution's dead. And they're wearing Absolution gear, which kind of makes it funny. So it was nice that we get the separation there. We know there's not going to be any favoritism. Paige told them straight up if they want that championship, they got to earn it. So huge move for the WWE to get rid of this so we don't get any confusing storylines at this due time with this group. Now, on to our main event of the evening, which is a 6 women's tag match. Our competitors will be Charlotte, Becky, and Asuka. First, the Iconics and the women's champion, Carmella. I didn't know how to go with this. Overall, for the overall match, I enjoyed it. Good, a lot of good moments. I liked seeing Asuka come in on fire. I liked seeing Asuka get the dub. I like seeing Asuka get the Asuka lock. After seeing her lose at Mania and then her lose the tag match last week, I was really worried that she might go on some kind of a losing streak and then something would have to snap for her to go back up. It was good to see her get back on the win column. With that being said, my problem is with one person and one person only in this match. I know everybody out there is going to hate me for this, but it's time to be said. I'm so disappointed with Charlotte Flair and her performance tonight. Go back and watch the match. She's extremely sloppy and very rushed throughout the whole entire portion she's in. Absolutely irritating me. Take your time. Get to where you need to get. Make it look good rather than sloppy. Quality over quantity. I want to see good moves performed and see them perform flawlessly rather than a shit ton of moves. Now, I don't want to take away from the whole performance. Your moonsault off the top rope to the outside was absolutely beautiful. Perfection. I've seen statements that you have the best moonsault in the game. To those with that opinion, that's your opinion. That's fine. I don't think any less of you or your opinion, if that's how you feel. But for me, it's not the prettiest moonsault I've ever seen. But it's up there. And tonight again, she shows why that moonsault is so spectacular. Instantly, that moonsault could take the crowd from being completely dead to instant pop, losing their mind, as we seen tonight. But that's not the problem. The problem is the sloppiness, the rushed moves. Charlotte, you're supposed to be the queen. If anything, I think a queen is graceful. So when you're in the ring, you should be graceful. A graceful ass kicker. But you're not lately. You're very sloppy, very quick. Slow down your game. Show and remind everybody why you're one of the best women in the world. Yo, Flair fanboys, don't come at me and say she's the best woman in the world. She is not. She is not. She is up there, but she is not. Okay, as seen by her performance in the match again tonight. Go back and watch many of freaking reviews that I've done on Charlotte Flair. She is extremely sloppy, and that's what I want the women to get rid of. Now, I'm not saying there's not other sloppy portions in the match or other people who weren't sloppy. But when you are the most recognizable woman next to Ronda Rousey in the industry currently, you are a leader. You need to lead by example. I don't want these women coming in and thinking they need to rush through a match. I want them coming in being like, damn, look at Charlotte. Look at how she performs. Look at her technique. Look at her high risk ability. Look at her high risk maneuvers. Look at her whole overall game. Look how well a match is performed by Charlotte. Instead, after seeing how you perform tonight, I pray to God you do not get the belt. I pray to God we don't see this belt on you again. Also, I don't want you to tie Trish Stratus this early in your career. You need a struggle. You need a real struggle in this industry. It has gotten to the point where I feel you are living off of names. Stop doing your daddy's damn strut. You look horrible doing it. You are stiff as shit. There's no swag. That is a walk of swag. You're woo. Horrible. Carmella outwooed you last week. Okay, these are difficult things to see. Week in and week out from what's supposed to be the best woman out there. And then I see what I perceive to be the best woman in the company, in the ring, which is Asuka. And yeah, I'm not saying she doesn't have sloppy moments, but with how strong her style is, it erases those moments. Okay, Charlotte's not that strong in her style. She needs it to look glorious. She needs it to look eloquent. She needs to be the queen and be the queen in that ring. But with all that said, I want to end this on a positive note. Charlotte, that moonsault was absolutely beautiful perfection. So guys, that's the show. Did it live up to last night? No. It had a lot of big shoes to fill. Am I disappointed in what we've seen? No, it's a go-home show. Did they get me any more excited for Backlash? In certain areas. But with that being said, guys, there was a lot of good tonight. There was some bad. But all in all, we got through another Tuesday night. Sunday, here we come. So until I see your beautiful faces on Thursday, have a great Wednesday. As always, kick ass, take names. Peace.